Now we are going to learn about datetime offset. It is one of our SQL Server data type. Datetime offset has value of n. N is between 0 to 7. By default, if we are not given the value of n, it will take 7. So if we give the n value is between 0 to 2, it will occupy 8 bytes. If you do not give any n value, it will occupy by default 10 bytes. If you give the size between 0 to 3, it will occupy 9 bytes, and 5 to 7 it will occupy 10 bytes. Here n is based on the fractional seconds. See here, I given n is in decimal seconds. Here decimal seconds means fractional seconds. This datetime offset range is same as datetime to like 1st January 1st year to 31st December 9999, but here GMT is added. GMT means it is the difference between universal time and present your system time or present your country time. See, this is what GMT, and we can say offset also. For adding this offset, it is occupying 2 more bytes. Actually, when compared to datetime 2 and datetime offset, we have 2 bytes of differences. For datetime 2 by default between 0 to 2, I mean the value of n between 0 to 2, it will occupy only 6 bytes, but for datetime offset it is occupying 8 bytes, means 2 more bytes it is occupying than datetime. For this storing this offset value, it is occupying 2 more bytes compared to datetime 2. See here, this is the example of datetime offset of 0, means we do not have any fractional seconds, up to seconds only we are given. For that it will occupy 8 bytes. Here offset will be here. This is just example. Plus 530, it is a plus 530 is a Indian time set. It is the date time, I mean 530 is, I mean India time is 5 hours 30 minutes more than universal time. And second one is have 1 fractional second, third one have 2 fractional seconds. See here, I have given 2 fractional seconds after point. For this 0 fractional seconds 1 and 2 fractional seconds, it will occupy 8 bytes. For optional seconds 3 and 4, it will occupy 9 bytes. For optional seconds 5 to 5, 6 and 7, it will occupy 10 bytes. So this is the example. Let's create one table which has ID column integer and datetime offset column. Yes, we have created. Now before going to insert into this table, let's know about some built-in datetime functions. This is a getDate. See the intelligence, it is showing getDate will return datetime. Datetime means it will show date as well as time with 3 fractional digits. 3 fractional digits means fractional seconds. It shows 3 fractional seconds, and at the same time system date time will show date time 2 of 7, means 7 fractional seconds it will show. And this system date time offset will show date time offset, I mean it will show offset also, means universal time. It is the difference between, it will show the present system time and universal time. And this UTC sorry, this system UTC datetime function will show what is the present universal time, and these are the four functions are related to dates and times. If we insert these four values into this datetime offset column, what will happen? Let's insert these four values into datetime offset table. See, I have inserted four examples. Let's execute this select statement to know about those values. See here, it is showing after fractional seconds, means this UTC system UTC, sorry, this datetime offset have 7 fractional seconds by default. See why? I have not taken any n value here, so by default it will take 7 as n value. So the fractional seconds has 7 digits, but this is get date means it will give only 3 fractional seconds. That's why it is 603. After that, remaining digits are filled with 0 because date time will have only 3 fractional seconds. Okay, and date time, system date time has 7 fractional seconds. That is why it is filled with 7 fractional seconds. Then what about, see here, these two values has offset is 0. Why? For date time it will returns date time, sorry, get date function returns date time, system date time returns date time too, but these two functions don't return offset values. This system date time and UTC date time, these two only return offset values. See here, present UTC is 0 only, but our Indian time is 5 hours 30 minutes more than this present UTC time. This is UTC's time. See the difference time here, 23:25 minutes, 23 hours 25 minutes, here 17 hours 55 minutes. You can see the difference is 5 hours 30 minutes. So this is the example of some built-in datetime functions. And when we go about, see here, I have inserted always date time, means with 3 fractional seconds only. Let's see, if I insert these values, the remaining 4 digits should have to fill with 4 zeros. Why? By default it is n value is 7. Now I have inserted this value. See, before going to insert these values, let's truncate this table so that we can avoid previous conflictions, I mean previous insertions. So now I'm executing these values. See, after executing these values, let's execute this select statement. See here, values offset is always 0. Why? I have inserted only 3 fractional seconds. I do not have inserted any offset time. That's why it is taken it as plus 0 hours 0 minutes. And see here, I have taken only 3 fractional seconds, remaining fractional seconds filled with always zeros. See, all are filled with zeros. Why? Because datetime offset have 7 fractional seconds, so remaining values will be filled with zeros. So take it these failure values. See, this is 20,094 is a value more than 9,199 here. That's why it will be failed. See here, conversion failed, and this won't be not a one. Okay, and let's create another example of datetime offset table which has one ID column and remaining are in different n values. Remaining columns has different n values. This is default one, so default one means it is equivalent to this datetime offset of 7, and this is 0 value, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, datetime offset 0 means we do not have any fractional seconds. Datetime Datetime offset of 1 means we have only one fractional seconds, so it will occupy 8 bytes. 0, 1 to up to these three will occupy 8 bytes, and these two will occupy 9 bytes. These three again will occupy 10 bytes, and datetime offset also occupy 10 bytes. Why? Datetime offset is equivalent to datetime offset of 7. By default it is 7. Okay, now let's create this table. So this is already exist, so let's drop this table. Now once we draw, just create this table again. The table is created. Let's insert these values. Execute. One row inserted. See what's, just execute this select statement so we can get the differences. See here, this is the first datetime offset. See here, this is the datetime offset, so by default it is taken 7 fractional seconds. And see, the second value we are given here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 fractional seconds, either though they are taken no fractional seconds. Why? The datetime offset of 0, we do not have any fractional seconds. For this it is taken 1 fractional seconds, even though if we are given 7 fractional seconds. And this also only 2 fractional seconds taken for 7 fractional seconds. And this is also same like 3 fractional seconds, 1 2 3 here, 1 2 3 5, but here, and 5 values, 5 fractional seconds here, 7 fractional seconds here, here also 7 fractional seconds, here only 6. Okay, and this is the example. See, so these are the fractional seconds, and I have told you from 0 to 2 it will occupy 8 bytes. Let's see the data length function. This data length function will return the bytes which the column occupied. This is the datetime offset column. By default I have given, so it is equivalent to datetime offset of 7. So 7 means it have to occupy 10 bytes. This will occupy 8, this is also 8, this is also 8, this is 7, sorry 9. These last 3 are occupies 10 bytes. Let's see, let's execute this select statement and see here, datetime offset will occupy 10 bytes, datetime offset this is also occupy 10 bytes, means we do not given any value, so it is equivalent to datetime offset of 7. For 0 to 2 it will occupy 8 bytes, for 3 and 4 it will occupy 9 bytes, 5 to 7 it will occupy 10 bytes. This is the example of datetime offset.